The biggest thing, the reason I stayed around MLP Forums is there really stands as a sort of a monument to what the show's about. There's a strong sense of connection that we all share as members to each other. A year ago, I wasn't a fan. I'm a relatively new member of this fandom. As a matter of fact, I think my first post was April 11th of last year. If you would have told me a year ago that I would be here at BABSCon on a panel with
dressed as rarity,
with six other people who I consider close friends, things that can happen in 1 year time, things that can happen in this fandom and on this forum, just, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I think really that's what it boils down to with all of Ponyverse is it's a giant 30,000 person family. I like how Jeric put that. And I mean, we're not paid, the staff of MLP Forums, Ponyverse, we're not paid. We do this because we consider ourselves part of that family, because we love this community. And none of us would be out here pitching this site if we didn't think it was something everybody would really enjoy. And one thing I did want to piggyback off of that Jeric talked about a little while ago, kind of at the beginning, as far as what his work in feedback and suggestions, I think this gets underplayed a little, is I think the really neat thing that really shocked me when I got into actually being on staff on this forum is just how much time goes into actually making sure every suggestion is really considered. Actually listening to feedback, taking those pieces of advice, those comments we get, the arguments we get even, everything, we look at it, we take it as a group, we sit down and we constantly are trying to figure out how we can improve. And it's such a great community, not just the staff, the entire forum, all of Ponyverse's websites form such a fantastic community. And I wouldn't be a moderator on MLP Forums if it didn't have that type of a community that I wanted to be a part of. I want to toss this over next to, I've been talking a lot about how we cover this huge range of things and that we're constantly expanding. So I think I want to toss it over to our newest project, which is Troblems, is working on what's about to be released is Pony Roleplay.
They talk to me like they know me, but I'm pretty sure I'm in the wrong room. No. So I am the roleplay head, and while we're still currently integrated with MLP Forums, we're going to be moving on to our own site, which will be completely distraction-free roleplay. We've got some really cool stuff to show you with our fancy projector. But one of the big problems that I'm having right now is that I have to chase after people to put all of the required links into all of their role plays, and one of the big things is that I won't have to do that anymore, and it'll be a whole lot more elegant for users. So if you've been on MLP Forums and you've noticed the really strange titles in the recent box, the really weird ones are always role plays, and it took me a while to get used to that when I started on the forums. And actually one of my first posts on the forums was, yeah, I don't role play. So that's a thing. But I've really gotten into it into the last year, so we've got, you know, the quote normal section where most people start out, and then there's the canon section where you can play cast characters, and this is all going into the integration of the new site. In theory, everything's going to get moved over that's currently in the role play sections, the old role plays, the characters, everything should get moved over when we make that process. So yeah, I think whomever is next. If there was any questions, or are we doing that after?
And yeah, if you guys have any questions, don't worry about interrupting us. I mean, we want, like I said at the beginning, we want to just have a conversation with you guys. Don't worry about interrupting us or anything. But I guess next we'll toss this over to Artie. EQDV is one of our older projects that we've had. It's been around for quite a while, seen lots of different versions, and Artie is the admin on EQTV.
Well, one of 4 admins at the moment, but actually, Equestria TV predates me by several months. If any of you are familiar with SyncTube, that's actually where we got our start. We had a channel over there, and it was just every Friday, a few members from the forum got together to watch a few movies, and just hang out for a while. And then when the new season rolled around, I think it was season 3 was around the time Equestria TV launched. We get together there for new episodes, but SyncTube no longer exists, so we came up with our own solution for that. That is Equestria TV. People can just hop in there at any point, just watch PMV's episodes together. And every Friday night, we still have our traditional movie night we've been carrying on since mid-2012. Users are also able to make their own channels like they could on SyncTube, if you're familiar with that. I keep referencing that, but that's where we got our beginning, and it seems that a lot of people are familiar with that. But everybody can make their own channels there and just link whatever they want, have their own little party in there. And every Saturday, the staff get together, do an unscripted event. That's actually what we call it, unscripted. We couldn't think of a better title for it, but that's precisely what it is. Usually we make things up on the spot. Sometimes we just play some games together and select a movie. And the past couple months, Jeric's been a part of this. We've been doing some dramatic readings of the comic series. Well, dramatic, comic. Traumatic, that's more appropriate. Actually, yeah, Kakatsu and Troblems over there, they've been involved in it a few times. And Destiny, a few others. Whoever we can rope into it, whoever we can sucker in. So, yeah, it's a very insular community. We're very close, very tight-knit. But actually, that was one of the reasons why I stuck around in MLP Forums. I actually found MLP Forums first, and then went over to Equestria TV / our SyncTube channel. And that's where I started making my first friends there. And then I really wanted to start spreading the word on the forum and getting more people into it. And that's how I'm still there today. Yeah, it's still in a state of development. Right now we've got a nice shiny new theme, but it's still in the development pipeline. We're working on that, building it up. But season 5, starts tomorrow, and we will be hosting, well, all of you will probably go to the episode screening here. But yeah.
Wait, you're screening here? Okay.
But after this week,
I thought I heard bacon.
Bacon?
Bacon? What? Did you not say there's bacon here?
No, I said, wait, you're screening it here?
Oh, I said there's bacon here. I was like, what?
I'll bring bacon.
I would like bacon.
I'll bring bacon.
Thank you.
Co, you need to eat.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone has no purpose.
But every week after this week, drop by Equestria.tv, and we'll be streaming the episodes live, and we're also on the lookout for new people to stream whenever possible for our movie nights. So if anybody has a, capable internet connection, that always seems to be the biggest hindrance. If anybody just has the time, the interest in the internet, just hit me up or any of the other admins, and we'd be glad to have you. So.
Yeah. We have 2 other sites. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody from the staff of those 2 sites here, but I want to talk about Pony FM, which is, I think that's the second site after MLP Forums. Mm-hmm. Am I correct? Pony FM is a music streaming site. I think it's probably one of the best ways to find new fandom artists, new musical artists in this community. You can go on there, and I think the feature I love the most is just going onto the Discover tab on Pony FM and scrolling through the list and just seeing what got posted recently, what's popular, and listening to brand new songs. I've found so many new artists that I never would have found in a million years if it wasn't for Pony FM. And it's such a fantastic site for that purpose. It's also, if anybody happens to create music, it's a fantastic place to showcase your work.
Got any musicians in here?
Yeah, do we have any musicians in here? Any chance?
I play band.
Lion Monkey, you need to get on Pony FM and start posting your music there then.
I sing other people's music.
That's what I do too.
But
There's a place on Pony FM for
there
that
is.
too.
We do have an app for that. But yeah, Pony FM is a great site. It offers lossless downloads, lossless streaming, unlimited with no limits for musicians that want to post their music on there. Allows them that community interaction, has the comment area, allows them to talk to the people there, set up through the messaging system on the forum so that you can contact people on the forum, find their profiles on there. It's just, the whole site is really fantastic for not only finding new artists in the community, but honestly getting to know them, because everything,
I was just going to add to that. That's one reason I love listening to Pony Radio and Pony FM and just because you get to hear these great songs that you never even heard before. And it's like, oh, it's really cool, you know. Let's go check out the source, and then you can also click on the what's playing now, and you can go find out.
Yeah. And I think the really cool thing about Pony FM is, you know, you have on top of that, you go into most radios, or most Pony radio stations, and those are really neat for finding stuff you wouldn't have heard of, but you have no control over what's playing. You go on there, you come in the middle of a song, you go on there. The neat thing, if you go on the Discover tab on Pony FM, is you can customize the list to show certain types of music, whether it's a cover, original song, instrumental, vocal, all different things, and you can get kind of just this completely customized random playlist of songs. So you can find all sorts of different music that's within your interest, but maybe you never would have found if it wasn't for a site like this.
That's how I found out about Carbon Maestro. You guys familiar with Carbon? Yeah, amazing instrumental artist, amazing.
Another thing that you can find on Pony FM is during December, we mentioned before the Making Christmas Merrier. I think everybody at this table, minus one, sang. And it was bad. So go look for it.
It's fantastic.
We're still
remixes section.
I sang, well, he sang that, and it inspired me to sing a song about him being shipped with Button's mom. So, you.
For 10 seconds and stop because I couldn't. The whole thing.
And,
Jeric inspired his own hatred.
But
For
yeah,
the
no,
kids.
and if anybody didn't get that in all of the laughter and stuff, there's, Jeric got the joy, the honor of singing Button's mom for Making Christmas Merrier. And I think he will forever be shipped with Button's mom after that.
It's just too perfect.
There's fan fiction out there on the forum.
There
Yeah.
is.
There's fan art.
Fiction specifically because there was no fan fiction was made between him and Button's mom.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my staff testing account is Button's mom.
Did I mention that we have fun with each other all the time?
You know, the only reason that I brought that up was because I was the only person in that song that didn't sound like crap. So
I don't know. This guy can rap. We did a Lavo, who's he's like the main technical admin, one of the developers for MLP Forums, Feldo and myself, because somehow I kept singing in all of the songs because they were all fan voted, or all member voted. Thanks, guys. But yeah, no, Feldo was the only one of us that could actually hold and keep a beat. So
10 years of musical education finally paid off.
yeah. Awesome.
I'm a software engineer now.
Me and Kokatsu may have been partially to blame for the fact that Jeric sang like 7 times during Making Christmas Merrier.
I know I
We've
was.
been partially to blame.
A few of the members too. Didn't say well. Had a campaign. Yeah, I knew you.
There were statuses and topics posted about,
Bribes.
vote Jeric and stuff,
So many bribes.
completely innocent.
I will say that Pony FM is the only site you can go to. You can ask it for a metal remix of a winter wrap-up and theme song medley with no vocals, and it will give you options.
Yeah.
No other site on the planet will do that for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fantastic site for finding stuff you might not have even known would exist or ever thought it would exist. Our last site that we should talk about is Pony Arcade. And Pony Arcade is something that was around and then it wasn't around, and now today it's launching again after some beta testing. It's back public, and Pony Arcade is a set of servers. Oh, sorry, I thought Kakatsu was looking at me. Like,
No,
oh,
asking already.
Pony Arcade is a set of dedicated servers for various gaming events. We have CSGO, Team Fortress 2, Minecraft, and Gary's Mod, and we run events on those. So you can come out to Pony Arcade events. They'll all be posted on MLP Forums so you guys can be aware. You can also follow us on Twitter. Pony Arcade has a Twitter. Ponyverse has a Twitter. We'll be advertising them. So be sure to follow all of our social media as well. And follow us on the forum, and you can watch for those events, and it's really just kind of a neat opportunity to get to play some games with a bunch of other bronies. And I know you were commented outside that you had played in the, participated in one of them, I think CSGO, and it filled up.
Yeah, it was fairly busy. I know, Artie, you were in there, right? During the beta, yeah. It actually officially launches this weekend. We had a test run last week, and it went very well. Very, very well. So, I mean, we're all excited about actually bringing this aspect. It's, definitely a huge social event, and something that, a lot of us in the fandom are very familiar with, playing TF2 and CSGO.
I know the TF2, I was only on it for 20 minutes, but it was full while I was on it, and after I left, Chiggin said it ran for 4 more hours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now you made me wish I was there for the CSGO one.
There will be plenty more.
There will be plenty more.
Every week. So pay attention. Yeah, definitely.
Pony Arcade.
Ponyarcade.com.
Yep.
We've also got 2 Steam groups, one for Ponyverse and one for MLP Forums, so you can look those up as well.
Pony Arcade with an I like Ponyverse, or Pony with a Y?
I. Everything is with an I.
Okay.
I thought that might have needed clarification.
Yeah,
But we also own Pony Arcade with a Y, in case you misspell it.
it's good.
Good call.
Well, in case you don't misspell it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Park, definitely check that out, guys. It's going to grow.
It is. And, I mentioned social media. I also want to mention, I don't know how many of you guys have been watching our blog posts and our Twitter account, but all 7 of us are posting on Ponyverse's Twitter throughout the convention.
Absolutely, we are.
Well, we're trying to. We just keep not having any signal.
Yeah. But yeah, follow us on Twitter on Ponyverse, at Ponyverse. Follow us on Twitter at Ponyverse, and you can watch all of our insanity this weekend. And then besides that, of course, just be sure to stop by our table and talk to us.
There will be hijinks.
There will be.
I promise you.
There's Wi-Fi here if you're staying at the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you still get signal on the Wi-Fi.
I get signal on
In my experience, my phone is actually working better than the Wi-Fi here so far.
Yeah.
But neither is working in this room.
Right.
Yep.
I get that a lot, that no one gets coverage anywhere in the hotel, and I get coverage
I went your provider.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
I think he's Sprint and the rest of us are T-Mobile.
Yeah, we had like everybody was on the same network, so that was real good when we didn't have a signal.
We're good.
But I have unlimited roaming on T-Mobile.
I should have said that earlier.
But you can't use it.
T-Mobile, officially endorsed by Ponyverse.
The last thing I did want to mention before we really open it up to to just kind of have a conversation, talk and answer questions, whatever you guys want. I did want to, I think Feldo went over this a little bit, but I do want to give a shout out about our convention partners, because you guys are all here for a convention. Obviously, all of you guys are interested in conventions, so I think that's one of the other really cool things MLP Forums and Ponyverse has, is we do, we have, of course, the forum for BABSCon that probably most of you have hopefully been on, which is, you know, it's not only a place to get your announcements, it's a place to talk about the convention, just get hyped about the convention, find artists out of the vendors hall to come in and post. Last year I got a bunch of, before I was on staff, I was participating in the BABSCon forum, and that's really how I got into the forum a lot. And
he runs it now.
Yeah. And I actually found this great artist who made glasses because he went and posted there, and I made a bunch of commissions and got more commissions from him this year. Just a great place to kind of find things about the convention you might not have ever found if you just came here. Beyond that, we have it set up so you can get room shares if you want to cut some of your costs. Maybe you don't have somebody to share a room with. You can go on there and find people to split rooms with. You have the carpool options. And all of these things are things you can do for not just BABSCon. We have BronyCan up in Canada, Everfree Northwest. We have Nightmare Nights Dallas. And as well, we also have a forum for one of our other partners that's not a convention, which is Ponyville Live, who's the great people filming this. And they have their forum set up so you can always contact their staff through the forum, see what's going on with them there. But the partner section is just such a great place to really get connected with the rest of the community beyond the people that are on the forum. With that, if anybody has any questions, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, we can just talk a little bit more for a while. But does anybody have a question? Yeah.
Anybody out there, an artist, web developer, any technical expert?
Or a role player?
Role player.
Anybody play games? Anybody? We have a ton of positions that we're currently recruiting for. If anybody ever wants to volunteer with Ponyverse, seriously, see us at the table. We have openings on Pony Arcade. We have openings on Pony FM. Sorry, Lion Monkey's in the back messing with me. But we have openings with Pony Arcade. We're looking for moderators, and we're looking for I think CSGO server operators.
Yes.
Over on Pony FM, we're looking for a couple developers, a mobile developer, website developer, and we're looking for just sort of a community leader. If anybody has a musical background, they're interested in kind of helping us run that community, come and see us and we'll talk to you about that. We're recruiting on PRP.
Yeah, for moderation staff. And mentors, which is going to be a new position for people who are new to role playing, kind of need somebody to hold their hand as they walk through that. So we're looking for people who are experienced role players but aren't quite ready to moderate.
Yeah, and then over on the forum, we're going to be very, very soon, probably today, starting to open up applications for more sectional moderators. So if you guys are interested in helping to moderate the forum, watch out for that application. Come by our table, we'll get you set up with the application, and you guys can apply for that. We'll go through all those and try and hire some new moderators. And I know Tech is hiring.
If you're a developer, you know how to code, or you enjoy servers, talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah, we can always use people for the development team. So seriously, stop by the table if you have any sort of development background, or if you know somebody who you think would be right for any of these sorts of positions. Stop by and talk to us, have them come over if they're here, grab a business card, give them our contact info, whatever. But yeah, and seriously, we have a ton of positions we're recruiting for. If you just want to help out Ponyverse, just come over and we'll talk to you and we'll get to know you a little bit and we'll see if there's any place. Oh, we're also recruiting for our design team. If anybody has a design background and they're interested in that.
Or if you're an artist, we have a
if you're an
staff artist position too.
Start today.
Yeah.
Or after the con. Enjoy the con, then start.
Or start at the con. There's got to be a drawing panel somewhere.
Yeah. I recall that.
Good idea.
Now watch it be going on as right now.
So actually, I haven't yet. I had like this guy afterwards. I can so how do you guys get like the different headers for the forum site? Where do those come from? Do you like ask people to submit those? You find them just find them again? Oh, this looks good. Let's print it.
No, what we do, right now if you go to MLP Forums and you're on, you'll actually see a BABSCon banner right now that we threw up first thing this morning. It's going to coincide with us being at the convention and the convention itself because, as Simon said, we are partners. Simon says.
That joke has never been told before. Never.
Only if that's what Simon says.
But we do run a lot of community events a lot of the time, so we do reach out and we ask, for example, the BABSCon banner was made by a member of our forum named Kyoshi. We do have some that we go to for special events like that. But we also run themes, or we run contests all the time. If you have any skill with manipulating vectors, or even just GIMP or Photoshop, and you know how to lay out the vectors, you can definitely try your hand at making a banner. And right now we're trying to rotate through the banners once a week. So that way there's a lot more variety. You're going to see a lot more artists get some recognition with the banners.
Having your banner up for a week means getting about 500,000 views on it.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Whose idea was it to come? So what's I'm missing the reference, MLG? And whose idea was that? What's MLG? What is that?
God. Major League Gaming. Yeah.
I totally the reference went over my head. I knew it had to be some April Fool's Day thing, but it just.
No, it was definitely.
Very.
I actually don't remember whose idea that was.
I think it was.
I think that was a
Quilla.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Lavo.
It might have been.
Lavo never speaks.
He rarely speaks. I'm pretty sure it's
Brewed organically.
Yes. It actually, just to back up a little bit, as far as the staff positions that come up, a lot of what we do comes from like a comment or some form of initiative that somebody takes on their own. There isn't like one person that thinks of everything that we do. Even making Christmas Merrier, I think, started by one random comment a member made on a status update over 3 years ago. And it took off, and it's become an event that's ours. That happens all the time. PRP, roleplay, started that way. EQTV, Park, all of our projects that built Ponyverse really started with individual initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted a pony music site, and I even went through the trouble of learning web development just so I could build it. A couple of years later, I actually get paid to do that professionally. So you never know where your adventures in ponies or a random comment or thought somewhere can take you.
Waffles.
You're hungry, aren't you?
I want to see where it takes me.
2 years from now, watch out for the Ponyverse grocery store.
See, this is how ideas
If you volunteer, there may or may not be a staff discount.
Yes.
Drone delivery.
See, you're watching the process of the next Ponyverse site being made in progress.
I'm so glad I said that.
At your door, pony grocery delivery by Pegasus, I assume, right? Pegasus delivery.
Yeah, I'll deliver it myself.
Yeah.
You only get half your groceries, but still.
So what happens if you order for yourself from the service then?
Well, then none of the groceries make it to the door.
Yeah. MLP Forums, you're about to lose someone to pony groceries.
Oh, no. He's on my team. No.
So, shockingly, we are actually getting about run out of time.
Wow, that was fast.
I know, it went fast. If anybody else has any other questions, you're interested in recruitment, anything like that, seriously, stop over at our table, talk to us. We're going to be there all weekend. We'll be rotating between the 7 of us. So yeah, stop by our table, ask us whatever questions you have. If you're interested in volunteering, come over, we'll get you that. If you're not signed up on the site already, we'll set you up with an account. Anybody who does visit us this weekend who either registers for an account or is already a member, we can get you set up with a new forum badge that'll be that'll show that you were at BABSCon and visited with us. It'll have golden gates on it. It's pretty cool. And besides that, we also have buttons to give out.
So you can get a real life badge too.
Yeah, so you can get the real life one and the online one. So I don't want to bleed in the next panel, so if anybody else has any other questions, come visit us at the table, and thank you guys so much for coming.